it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with a new reading vlog that is an experiment for an author. So I did these like 2 or 3 years ago. I did this on my channel where I did some author binge videos where I read 3 books by an author, but that was more so because like I loved the author. So I did like Mariana Zapata, and I don't remember who the other one was, but I was trying to like get through their backlist. But this one is just trying to decide if this author is for me, if I should just give up. So it is going to be Meghan Quinn. I have read a handful of Meghan Quinn books and I have not liked most of them. I'm not a rom-com person, but I feel like I'm missing out because everybody's obsessed with Meghan Quinn. Her books are constantly in the top on Amazon. Everyone's just like raving about them. I haven't loved them. So I went to my Patreon and I was like, tell me what I have to read by Meghan Quinn. And so I got recommendations, and the first one I'm very excited for because my friend Tori loved it. So Tori from Novel Life read this and loved it. It is Right Man, Right Time. This one is her newest book, and it is an age gap romance, and it is a hockey romance. That's all I know. And during one of our reading sprints for Patreon, they convinced me to buy the audio and try it. And so that's kind of where this idea spurred from. I was like, fine, if I'm gonna read one Meghan Quinn, I might as well go all out and read 3. So I have that one. And then the other one that was the most popular is The Second Chance by Meghan Quinn. This one, obviously by Meghan Quinn. This one is on KU Read and Listen, and it is a small town romance. And both Morgan from Nothing Better Than a Book and Christy from Christy Reads a Lot said this is not like her other stuff. It's small town, and I'm assuming it's a second chance romance based on the title. So I'm gonna try this one. We will see how it goes. And then the other one that was recommended twice is The Change Up. And now this one makes me nervous because all of her audiobooks are long. I'm like, why are rom-coms 13-hour audiobooks? But this one is called The Change Up, and I got it out of my hoopla. So I didn't have to spend any money for this. I already had the first one, which I bought for $7.50 a while ago. I did the Whisper Sync, so I downloaded it on KU, then bought the audio for $7.50. KU Read and Listen already had book 2, and then this one my library had. So my library actually has a ton of her audiobooks, which is why I want to like her, because I'm like, I have access to so many of her books. So The Change Up is a baseball romance, and it is a friends to lovers, which is one of my favorite tropes. So I say this in every video, Second Chance and Friends to Lovers are my favorites, and 2 of those books are those 2. So he received a call from his best friend. She got a new job in Chicago. He's known her since he was 5, and so he's like, sure, you can stay at my place. And now I guess that they fall in love. So it's a roommate's romance. I don't know why roommate second chance romance has to be that long, but I have it out, and I do love the covers of these. I think though that I read one in this series and really hated it, but that was, I think, also a college one. So we'll see how I feel. I'm nervous, but we're gonna get this vlog started. I got a lot to do today and some driving to do tomorrow. I gotta go pet sit at my parents' house tomorrow, so I'm gonna do a lot of reading then. And this is just an entirely audiobook vlog too. So just whenever I have the chance, I do have a full week of work this week. I'll be listening to and from work because I have a 35-minute drive there and back. So we got it. I gotta go mow the lawn too, so I can start this first audiobook while I mow the lawn. Hi everybody, so it is 7 o'clock now. I chatted with you about like 1 o'clock and I mowed my lawn, and then I did have some work to do because I edited a video, so I had to make my thumbnail, do a bunch of stuff, and then I erased like all of the stuff I did in my description box, which was listing all the books and my affiliate links. I had to redo all of that because it was like freezing, so I reloaded it. I deleted all my work, so I redid that, listening to this audiobook, and I will say the first 3 hours I was absolutely obsessed with. Oh my gosh, so she goes up to him at a bar because she needs to make her ex jealous, and she's like, I'm gonna kiss you, okay? And he's like, sure, so she kisses him. He turns out to be a huge hockey player. She had no idea because she doesn't follow hockey. She's like, I don't know who you are, and her ex is like, you're dating so-and-so? She's like, you know him? So that was really funny, and I am really liking their dynamic because he's 31, she's 21, and he's like, what am I doing? And he's like, I have to go and visit her at her college dorm because she's a senior in college. She's working an internship and has to work about like reporting on hockey. That's what she was just assigned, and she didn't want to, and her boss is asking her to like do something bad while she's working there because he doesn't like the owner of the team. She's like, uncover her secrets, and she's like, no, and he's like, well, then you'll be fired. So I know that's gonna be a conflict. I will say though, I'm 5 hours in. It's a 13-hour audio, and things are dragging just a little bit. I'm like, we're having a lot of mundane scenes. She's a little bit over the top, and that's what I get for these characters in rom-coms. They are definitely over the top and say things that I'm like, would people really say that out loud in real life? But I love that she works out, and I love that she still eats, and they work out together. I love that because like she ate pizza, and she's like, I love sandwiches. Like she still had a salad, but she's like, I want to eat pizza. I love that. I love the realistic representation of people working out and still eating what they want to eat, because I hate it when they're like, I work out all the time and I can't eat anything. I hate that. And it was funny them trying to like find something in common, because he's like, literally, I'm 10 years older than you. Like, I'm really enjoying it. I'm just worried about the pacing right now, because I'm at a part where I'm like, why does this book have to be this long? But I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would. So I'm excited to listen to more. I'm probably not going to listen to any more today. I want to physically read some stuff, but I will try to finish tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes. Hi guys, yes, I am wearing my same sweatshirt from yesterday. I only wore it for a few hours yesterday, so I figured it was fine wearing it again. I went to my parents' house today. I had a really great morning though. I love the spring weather. So I ran this morning and it was already like 65 degrees, which I was getting a little toasty. I do not like running when it's warm. I love running in the cold. Like 35-degree running weather is my favorite. Like I'm in my prime when I'm running in 35-degree weather. But I ran this morning, and then it was just so pretty and such a nice day that I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and walk my dogs. Even though we're going to my parents' house, I'm gonna run around like crazy. My dogs are passed out right now. I walked them, showered, changed, took them to my parents' house, watched my dogs because my parents went to Cleveland today. So it was 5 puppies and me, and it was fun. I did not get to read as much as I wanted to, but my mom had started a puzzle, so I finished my audiobook while I was puzzling, and I'm giving Right Man, Right Time 4.5 stars. This book was so good. So it definitely hit a lull between like 40% and like 60%. I was like, this is not necessary. It's a little boring. And I do feel like people are a little harsh on the heroine. She's definitely very bold. And I think as romance readers, we judge heroines a little too much because her character was fun. And I did like not like how immature she was for a little bit of the time. Like she told him she was gonna call him like fart face, and I was like, how old are we right now? She is 21, he is 31, but I really liked how they fell for each other, and it was so cute watching them fall in love and like really liking each other. It did have the trope though where it was like, I knew I could never trust you, and he like didn't hear her out or anything, which is one of my least favorite tropes. Like he doesn't trust her in the beginning, learns to trust her, falls for her, and then thinks she did something, and then is like, of course, and doesn't let her talk. I hate that trope, and this one had it, but I saw it coming. It was pretty obvious from the beginning what the conflict that drove them apart in the third act breakup was gonna be. But there was one scene I did literally laugh out loud. I was at the end of my walk with my dogs and I chuckled. I was like, this is actually funny. It was a texting scene where he was texting her and one of his teammates was helping. I thought it was hilarious and definitely realistic. So it was a lot of fun though. It was a really, really well done age gap. Like, it wasn't a taboo age gap, but it was where she was 21, he's 31. He's like, we are at such different points in our lives, and she was making fun of him for being old, and he's like, you still live in a dorm, like you don't even have a career yet, like what am I doing? But it was obvious he really liked her, especially because he was trying to learn to trust again after being completely like obliterated in the beginning of the book by his ex. So it was good. 4.5 out of 5 stars. I thoroughly actually enjoyed this one. I did start That Second Chance. It is not a second chance romance. So he had his heart broken, and we see the beginning where he's in New Orleans with all of his brothers and they're cursed, and then he comes home. Now it's 2 years later, he's single. He saves the heroine from, she got like ran off the road by a moose and like freaked out. She actually has trauma though from a car accident she was in, so that like really spooked her, and she moves in by him in a small town. It is definitely very cute so far. Not too over the top, I don't think. I mean, there was a little bit of over the topness, but like she whipped off her shirt because she was bleeding to like stop the blood in her cut, so she's just hanging out in her bra. So there's like always like over the top antics happening, but so far it's good. I'm about 2 hours into that audio, so I'm gonna listen to more tomorrow, and I will update you what I'm feeling on that. It's back to work tomorrow. I have 4 days until I leave for Seattle, so I'm wanting to finish this vlog in 4 days. I think I can do it. I do have long audiobooks, but I might start a puzzle here and see how long it takes me to get through these audiobooks. But we're 1 Meghan Quinn in, and it's 4.5 stars. So I have high hopes for the rest of these books. Hello, it is Monday. I just got home. Let me tell you, it was 80 degrees over the weekend, and it is 39 degrees today, and we had our air conditioning on over the weekend. We did not change it to heat, and so I got home and it's 64 in our house, so I just turned my heat on. I'm a little chilly, but I am halfway through That Second Chance. It is not a second chance romance. I think I told you guys that. His wife died, and it's okay. This is very like tame for a Meghan Quinn, I feel like. Like, it's just like generic. It's like a generic small town romance. They meet each other, he helps her around town, and like the town thinks they should get together, but he's like, I'm cursed, she'll die if she loves me. And I'm like, that's like a really annoying conflict to me personally, so I'm not like super loving this. And I get it's a personal thing, but she's a teacher, which I hate how romanticized teaching is in books, and it is 100% romanticized in here. So I'm not loving this one, and this was the one I had the highest hopes for, so we'll see how the rest of it goes. Like, his family's cute, but like it's pretty boring. They fixed up some chairs that she wanted to build for her house. They ate fudge, and I forget what they're doing now. I don't know, like it's boring. There's not a lot to the plot. Like I said, the conflict, they were just like hanging out, becoming friends, and he's just like, I can't love her because she'll die. Like, okay. And that's really it. So I'm a little disappointed in this one. I'm hoping to listen to more of the audio today. I do have sprints with my patrons tonight where I'm trying to read When a Moth Loved to Be by Pepper Winters, because that is an 800-page fantasy that I'm reading for my book club with my Patreon. Jennifer Hartman's joining us in the talk. So normally I would DNF this book because I'm just like, nothing's really happening. I'm 55% of the way through, which means I'm over 400 pages in. I would have finished this book already if it was a normal book, but I want to finish it for my book club, so I'm trying to finish that. And then I really want to start Catherine Cow's new one I got an arc of, but I need to finish this fantasy, and then I can listen to more of this audio. So I'm for sure gonna finish it tomorrow, but I want to finish both of these books by Thursday because I leave Thursday for the weekend, and I want this video to go up Monday. So I gotta listen to this book and the Change Up. I have higher hopes for the Change Up, hopefully. This one was the one I thought for sure, because 2 people told me that it's not like her other stuff, but I feel like it's too far on the end of the spectrum where it's just a little boring. So we'll see how the rest of it goes. But I did pick up some crumble cookie after work today. My sister had a little bit of a stressful day, and I have a lot to do this week before leaving, preparing to leave, with like business stuff and content creation stuff. So I need a little pick-me-up. I'll show you some of the ones we got. We got cotton candy, their like mud pie one, which I think is like puppy chow, their Twix one, and then their Oreo one. They all look amazing. Like, some weeks all of them look disgusting, some weeks all of them look amazing. So I picked that up after work, and I'm very excited, but I gotta go work out first. That's gonna be my motivation to work out. I'm also probably going to start Catherine Cowles on the treadmill because I would be bored to tears reading this Pepper Winter on the treadmill, because I need something like interesting to make me forget I'm working out. And I don't know though, it'd get me through a good chunk of the Pepper Winters, so I might just read that. I don't know what to do, but we'll see. I will show you guys my cookies and maybe my puppies, and yeah. Hopefully listen to more of this Meghan Quinn that I'm not loving. So it is currently Tuesday. I finished another book. I'm flying through these audiobooks. So I finished that, Second Chance, and I'm giving it 3 stars. Excuse the hair, it's just fallen out. I was working out today and then I just threw it up. I'm giving it 3 stars. So it was average. Like, there was nothing great about it, nothing bad about it, but I'm like, it's very forgettable. I don't think I'd recommend it to people. It has really high ratings. I don't know what's blowing people away about it, because the conflict was exactly what I thought it would be, because he's like, oh, she's probably gonna die if I love her because of this curse, and like, he freaks out when they decide to get together. So I don't know, it was just fine. There wasn't any other like bigger conflicts, and it was just like nothing exciting was happening. I was more passively listening and not really like engaged in the story because it wasn't that great. Like, I don't know, like the beginning was funny. Like, she got stuck between trees and he had to rescue her, and she like didn't have a shirt on, like typical Meghan Quinn humor. But it was just like generic small town romance that was just like a little generic. Like, there was nothing special about the story, nothing that made it stood out to me, nothing that made me like excited to be reading it. So 3 stars. I mean, I liked the romance, and I did like the brothers. Like, that was fun. I liked their relationship. Their banter was hilarious. Their texting was funny, but I can't rely on the side characters to give me a really great romance. So the romance itself was just fine. Like, and they did a lot of mundane stuff. They went camping. Like, cool. I don't know. It just like, I wanted a little bit more from the romance. So yeah, I started the change up. I'm like 2 hours into it and there's been no baseball. They've referenced baseball, but she moves in. Now, I think this one, was it this one, the one where people were saying the heroine was really annoying? I don't remember. She's interesting, and she does work at a shelter for dogs, which I'm, as a dog lover, hello, I have Miss Darcy laying right next to me. It's fine. I like that she likes dogs. She just moved in, but there's like no romantic feelings between them whatsoever. So I'm interested to see how these feelings develop, because she's moving in with him and they've just been like really good friends for a long time, and they've like hung out, and he made all these stipulations. He's like, listen, if you move into me, like, you gotta like keep it together. And I thought that was funny. But 13 hours of this, I'm 2 hours in, and not a whole lot's been happening in the plot, so we will see. Yeah, she's just moved in. So I'm gonna continue listening, probably more tomorrow. I've realized, like, when there's a lot of people I know who like listen to audios and work, I cannot work on a lot of things while I listen. I have to do something super mundane that takes up very little brain power, or else I will not focus on the audio. So I can drive, I can mow the lawn, which I have to do tomorrow, so I'll be listening to this then. I can do a puzzle. But like making things and like having to type things, having to reply to emails, absolutely not. My brain cannot multitask like that. So I'm not going to attempt to try to do things while listening. I'm just going to call it a night with the listening of the audio, listen to more tomorrow, and hopefully enjoy this. We'll see. Hi guys, I do have Miss Little Darcy behind me. I just got home from work and I'm gonna DNF the change up. I just got done reading an 800-page fantasy that I did not enjoy because it's for a book club, and I was chatting with a couple friends and I was like, I just need to learn to DNF. I cannot let the fact that it's for a book club or a video force me to finish a book when I know it's not gonna be a 4 or 5 star read. I mean, like, I can still finish 3-star reads, but I'm just not into this book, and I've talked to a couple other people and they said it gets worse. So the biggest complaint I saw about the book was about the heroine, and right now I just like, it's just very over the top. There's nothing I really like about her. There's nothing I really like about the plot. I mean, they're living together. She decided to go on a date. She's just like very eccentric and over the top. And I feel like it's doing that for the sake of the plot, which like every time a writer does something is for the sake of the book, but I hate it when it doesn't feel like natural. It feels over the top to be over the top. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves of Meghan Quinn's writing. And so I feel like I got polar opposites with this and that Second Chance. That Second Chance was too boring. It's too generic, just too cut and dry. Here's your tropes, here's your story, this is it. This one, it feels like it's purposefully trying to be extreme, to be funny, to be getting a reaction out of the hero, and the hero doesn't really have that much of a personality. So I'm bored with him. I don't love her. Miss Lily's gonna run over. And I just like don't care. And a couple other people I talked to said they didn't like the series, which I looked back and actually gave the first book in the series 3 stars. So they don't love the series, and then they said that the heroine just gets worse, and it gets worse once they get together. So I'm gonna trust what everyone I know says and just DNF this book. I don't want to force myself to read it. I actually ended up starting a thriller because I'm just in like a really weird reading mood where I don't know what I want to read. So I started What Lies in the Woods, I think, which I'm very excited to read, but my dad said it was really good, so I was like, I'm gonna listen to this next because nothing's just been calling me, especially like reading the 3 Meghan Quinn in a row. Like, I love the first one a lot, but that's because a ton of people I know have loved it and read it. So I don't know what my consensus is of Meghan Quinn. I don't think I want to look at any of her backlist. I'm just gonna like, not for me. And moving forward, I'm only gonna pick up books that I see good reviews on, that people I trust the reviews have liked. So I'm not gonna go out of my way to read any of her new releases. I'm not gonna go back and read any of her old releases. Meghan Quinn will be an author for just like with Right Man, Right Time. If I see so many people loving it and people I trust loving it, I'll pick it up if I'm interested. If not, she's just not the author for me with the romantic comedy over the top plots and characters, and that's why I don't love rom-coms. They're just like so excessive, trying hard to be funny, and they're not. But Right Man, Right Time, I laughed in. Like, I literally laughed out loud reading that book, so that's why I liked it a lot. But it's okay to have authors that are popular that just aren't for you. And I think it's the genre itself that's not for me because I don't gravitate toward rom-coms anyway. So that's what I learned from this video. Nothing new. Nothing new that I learned. I gave her 3 books a shot and I loved one, but I feel like that's not going to be common. So let me know if you have favorite Meghan Quinn books, what you've read and loved by her, if you've read any of these. I would love to hear, and that's this video. And also let me know if you're okay with people DNFing books and vlogs. Like, is that okay? Does that make you annoyed? Am I okay DNFing books I don't like if it's for a video? Because I feel guilty. But then again, it's my reading and I don't want to force myself to read something I'm not enjoying. So let me know all of your thoughts down below, and that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.